Zoo Masters, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation, coming to you live on ITV Sport from the Marshall Arena, Milton Keynes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the players. Would you please welcome from the Netherlands, the former UK Open champion, into the quarterfinals in his first and debut year. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Freeze, Danny Noppert! Ladies and gentlemen, from England, the winner of 22 PDC titles. He is the Grand Slam champion. And ladies and gentlemen, the reigning champion of the world. Let loose the world number one. It's the bully boy, Michael Smith.
The crowd loved the world champion here. Michael's done okay for himself since that UK Open final defeat, which Danny won with an 84 average. Bully Boy now a proven winner on the big stage. And let's see how the pair of them get on with Alan Warren-Little. And good afternoon, John Rawling.
Good afternoon, Jackie. When it was that final of the UK Open, that was when we were beginning to wonder if Michael Smith would ever get across the line. He'd thrown better darts from a scoring perspective down there in Minehead than Danny Noppert. He'd had a dart for the title, which would have been a bullseye for an 11-9 victory, but Noppert, as you say, averaging only 84, managed to get across. But how a few performances can change all that. He went through his purple patch, won the Grand Slam, won the UK Open, the World Championship, and Michael Smith suddenly is an altogether different animal.
He certainly is. He's our new pop star, and he's absolutely loving having the title, the walk-on, and he's now producing it on that big stage. Big challenge from here, though, against a player who beat him, as you mentioned, in the UK Open in March.
Yep, that was a defeat which really rankled with Michael Smith, one of many. But he's come on so strong since, and in those World Series events in 2023, lost in the semi-final of the Nordic Darts, then won in Bahrain. And I think I'm right in saying that he comes into this having won 20 of his last 22 matches. That's some run.
34.
Yeah, good record to have, isn't it? You've got the target on your back as well.
Came through against Ross Smith, Michael Smith, in the previous round here. It's his 8th successive Masters. Beat Ross 10-7. Danny Noppert came home in a real struggle against Stephen Bunting. He'd been 6-2 down and managed to come back to win 10-9. One thing you always say about Danny, he's not one of the biggest scorers, Alan, but he's got a great match temperament.
Yes, he keeps himself in matches he was very impressive, as you say, in his comeback over Stephen Bunting, who was playing pretty well himself at that time. And good to see Danny also showing a bit more passion and emotion as the world champ gets the first max.
Moves on to 87 after just 9 darts thrown.
140. 87.
Which says looking for 17. He was indeed. Well, treble 10 leaves Tops, and there we go, he's away.
Michael Smith, second leg, Danny to throw first. Game on.
Not a bad start. A maximum and a 12 darter.
85.
Rather settles you nicely into a match.
Absolutely, yeah. He knows he's firing straight away, where yesterday it took him quite a bit of time, didn't he? He had to come from behind.
Career record, nothing between them, 5 apiece. And last year it was 3-1 in Danny's favour. Last time they played was in a Players' Championship in August when Danny won 6-4.
Well, he's up to world number 8.
83.
Shows you his progress of the last few years. Missed this event last year, if you remember. The imminent birth of his son Gent. So his debut at the Masters this weekend.
And the first maximum for Danny Noppert. One of 2 Dutch players left in here now after the elimination of Dirk van Dijvenbode in the last match. Second maximum for Michael.
Well, both players firing. Michael Smith definitely firing. Has a chance to break very, very early. But Danny Noppert has left himself a decent shot out as well. Cleaned up the 87 very quickly, but not getting the opportunity in this leg.
So Noppert's on throw now, 76 required. Tops now for 1 apiece.
56.
Just low, fractionally.
Yes, but it allows Michael Smith 3 darts at the double. Well, I don't know what happened to that second one.
Danny required 20.
That's 3 missed darts from Michael Smith, and the way he was playing, very surprising.
Game shot, second leg.
Noppert's into the match.
Third leg, Michael to throw first. Game on. .56.
Normally tops and 10s. Michael Smith is very proficient. He's got fans all around the world as well in the Marshall Arena this weekend.
He was reveling in the attention last night in the hotel, wasn't he, Michael Smith? Just, you know, it's not a question of going in there and staying up into the early hours and doing things unprofessionally, but he was just loving the adulation of the fans.
Yes, he had a beaming smile all night. He's just enjoying it, and why not? He knows the amount of work
76
that he's put into the game to get to that position.
135.
Well, that gets him onto the 170. Good thinking.
Yes, these players nowadays use an arrangement of scores around the board to leave these big finishes.
100.
None bigger than this.
170.
See what a sort of a fist he makes of this 170. That's just low.
56.
Yes, the 170 already been hit by Geowyn Price last evening.
Treble 15 would have left Tops.
93. I could require 114.
May go on 19s here. Now needs treble 15 for the bullseye, it would have been.
54. Then you require 52.
Bit of a strange way to go.
Game shown the third leg.
It's a break of throw.
Danny Noppert. Full leg,
Noppert
Danny
gets
the
his
front
nose ahead.
first.
First significant move of the match.
Yes, I'm still thinking about that 114 finish, and he's starting on the 19s.
Different.
Well, I mean, he's such a good treble 20 hitter. Even if he wasn't going to go 14 tops, he's got 2 darts at the treble 20 to leave a double instead of having to go treble 15 bull.
Second, third maximum for Danny Noppert. It's the 5th of the match. Both of them averaging over 100 now.
134.
Yes, great scoring from both. A maximum in each of the last 3 legs for Noppert. Great standard.
131. Danny, you require 130.
130.
Yeah, Michael Smith's in danger here. Started the match so well with that 12 darts. Had 3 darts to go 2-0 ahead. And shortly, it could be 3-1 down.
122.
Smith can only hope that Noppert makes a mess of that double 4.
58.
He's not really made big inroads into the 186. 2 out of 5 on his doubles, Noppert.
Yeah, pretty solid so far.
Game shot in a full
Goes
play.
3-1 up.
Danny Noppert, 5th leg, Michael the Trooper.
Deservedly so as well.
121.
Break of throw at the end of this leg. Michael Smith will be desperate to take this one. Doesn't want to be going in 4-1 down.
No, certainly not after that blistering start he had. It's all looking good, but it's all changed. But he'll also know it can turn in his favour very quickly.
His supporters and the man himself, I'm sure, will be hoping for one of those trademark purple patches.
Well, just about got away with that last visit. Just can't find the treble though. Had to move over to the 18s and didn't find it.
Danny Noppert making his debut in this event this year. Last man to reach the semi-finals on his debut was in 2020, Nathan Aspinall. And that 1080 from Noppert puts him in a decent position again.
Yes, and another maximum. One in each of the last 4 legs now. Looking good for the Dutchman. Single 3, only tops.
123.
Well, 144 for a hold. Big ask. Can't be done now, so Noppert in a great place to go in at 4-1 up.
And you require 40.
Tops. No. That could have really hurt Smith, Alan.
Well, yes, Michael Smith missed 3 clear darts in leg 2. Noppert has done the same. Has he opened the door?
Double 7. He has opened the door, and Smith bursts through it, getting a really important leg there before our first dance now.
Danny the front first. Game on.
Yes, very relieved with that last leg before the break. Keeps him within close proximity.
Not a noted big scorer, Danny Noppert, but at the moment He's hitting the numbers more heavily than Michael Smith, averaging around 99 against 95.
Yeah, very impressive with Noppert in that first session. He was pretty good last night in his comeback against Stephen Bunting. Now he's leading. Missed that big opportunity though, 3 darts at the double.
Tough competitor though, isn't he? It takes a lot to knock him out of his stride.
60.
Now that's more like it. His third. And he's put himself into a strong position to get that break back that he needs.
Good reply from Noppert in case Michael Smith misses the 100.
60. Danny, you require 100.
Well, 110 with Smith poised. You'd think this is a must-take for Noppert. Treble 18 to leave double 18. He's got it.
92.
Well, tough, but dragged just low. Smith with tops, and there it is.
Michael Smith. 7th leg, Michael is
Back on level terms, it's 3-all.
Yes, the world champ will be very pleased with the last couple of legs. Got himself back level. Could have been 4-1 down. That's all history now. Moved his average to just over the 100. It was 97 before the break.
97. One runner, 40.
Smith's come back firing well. Ton 80 followed by a ton 40. Now trying to set it up, and that's back-to-back 140s.
Yeah, 3 in the leg. Leaves him 81. On throw, very difficult for Noppert to do anything about it at this stage.
97. That will require 81.
Leaves his favourite to go into the lead. He led 1-0, but since then, Danny Noppert has been in charge.
50% on his doubles, Michael Smith. 3 out of 6 attempts.
77.
Set up by Noppert, but makes no odds whatsoever as Smith goes ahead.
Yes, wonderful leg from Smith there. 3-140s, set up the 81. Came back and took tops with the first dart. Didn't give himself any dramas.
Very, very solid.
131.
A 4th maximum for Michael Smith. Levelling up with the tally of Danny Noppert.
Well, it's fair to say the gears have changed.
Coming back from that little break, Michael Smith looked like a new man. Following with a 140 on the 180 opener.
When he's in that rhythm, he just makes it look so easy, doesn't he? This isn't bad though.
So Noppert's got himself onto a finish. Oh, how about that?
Well, outstanding from both players in this leg. Michael Smith leaves at double 18 after 9. But will he get a throw at it?
This has got to go. Bull.
82.
So here, Smith looking for another to keep the roll going. Oh, Well, you'd have bet
Danny require.
that that was going to zero in after the first dart.
Well, it almost stopped him in the first session, didn't he, when he missed those 3 darts at double in leg 2. Went to sleep for a little bit, but he was playing well at the time. He's playing well at this moment in time, but he's got away with it on this occasion and returns to the board.
And mops it up for a 13-darter. And Smith now, having been 3-2 down and a break against, is now 5-3 up.
Yes, things are going in his favour. Danny Noppert last night as Michael Smith gets another max. Was really proficient on double top last night, Danny Noppert, wasn't he? He's just not hitting it today.
6 out of 6, I think it was last night. Today, a very different story. 1 out of 6.
Yes, as a player, when your favourite double eludes you, it does cause you a problem.
91.
Sense the crowd yearning for a Michael Smith 9-darter here this afternoon. You yearning a 9-darter, Al?
Love to see him. I'd love to get one myself. I struggle with 101 for a 9. Well, needs all 3. Oh, unlucky with the deflection there. Needed all 3 to leave a finish. Michael Smith has left the big one. If he does hit the 2 treble 20s, he doesn't have to go for the ball, but he may well do.
Well, there's 1. There's 2. Oh, he went for it. Did he ever?
Well, he's just showing off now, isn't he? Well, brilliant attempt. Danny Noppert puts the pressure on.
His 5th maximum. Well, what's he going to go? 9-8-8.
Getting shot on the night.
And slotting it home.
10th leg, Danny the front first.
6-3, and he's going well. Another interval at the end of this next leg. Smith in a strong place now, Alan.
He really is. Remember, he was 3-1 down, and Danny Noppert isn't playing badly. He's putting a great effort in here, but Michael Smith has just gone to that level that he has had over the last month or so.
Danny Noppert's averaging nearly 103 in terms of stats, right up there with Michael Smith, but he's trailing 6-3.
Yes, 3 out of 14 on the doubles, as you mentioned, 1 out of 6 on tops, which is normally the double that gets him out of trouble.
1 out of 31.
Those averages since they came back in this second session. 111 against 105. Brilliant numbers. 105 just under that now.
Well, he's well and truly into that big scoring phase we're used to.
Noppert can't get out, so Smith with a chance for 7-3. He'll like his prospects of taking this, and it'll be pretty much in the blink of an eye.
2 tops. Gets the first one.
And gets the second one. Yes, he shouts. And Michael Smith produces a great session of darts there. He was 3-1.
But lost all 5 legs.
Michael to throw first.
So it shows you how well Michael Smith is playing.
He was a big favourite to win this match, despite the closeness of their record over the years and the fact that last year Danny Noppert was 3-1 to the good against Michael Smith. He was quoted as a 5-2 on favourite.
Well, all Danny Noppert can do is try and play to a similar level that he did in that last session, despite getting no reward.
Well, he came back against Stephen Bunting. As we saw yesterday, he was 6-2 down there, so in pretty much as bad a state as he is here. That came back and won it 10-9.
Yes, he has been impressive. But he's right up against it here against the world champ and world number 1.
And Michael's just come back a little bit slower, having absolutely flying as he went into the interval. But Danny Noppert regrouping and trying to get quickly a break here.
121.
Well, that was my point in mentioning that he has to play at the same level despite not winning any of the legs. As a player, if you're playing well, you know at some point you're going to get the opportunities.
Shanghai required. Needs the treble 20 now. Top stops rather. I think he was on 120. I apologise. He was on 100.
Well,
Smith 139.
No, it's not the best from Danny Noppert.
That would have really roused the crowd. 64 Noppert.
Yes, he's made this a lot harder work than it could have been. He's only going to get 1 dart at the double, and it's only just in the single 8.
But that's right in there, and that's an important dart for Danny Noppert. Break of throw.
Danny to throw first. Game on.
Yes, well done, Danny. Did well there after losing 6 consecutive legs.
Still though, Michael Smith just needing 3 more legs to take a place in the last 4.
Just gone off the boil a little bit. His scoring was so impressive in that last session.
45.
Trying to dig deep here because he's very much aware of Noppert's capabilities, firstly, but secondly that he's playing well. So he doesn't want to allow his opponent to get well and truly back into the match.
Smith's hanging in there, got his nose ahead. 59 clear, minus these. And this is changing the dynamic.
36.
Well, it was a good visit that, because he wanted 260 at treble 20 with the first one, but had to move.
Fabulous darts.
77.
What a setup.
Well, all of a sudden, it just shows you what these players can do and change it. But Danny Noppert needs a ball.
99.
Double 12 for Smith for the immediate break back to go 8-4 up, and takes it. 13 dart leg. A hurtful double for the prospects of Danny Noppert.
Yes, very important for Michael Smith there, despite the lead, to just stop Danny Noppert really getting any kind of momentum in the game.
A lot of names on that little note in the crowd, isn't it? It looked like a love letter to the whole field. Oh, brilliant. Maximum number 7.
Good to see. What a terrific game this is. It really is. Danny Noppert well against it, but he's still digging deep.
81.
The world number 1 at times in this match has looked every inch the world number 1.
85.
Yes, you can see moments in matches when things don't go right. 3 darts at a double, giving a leg away, missing a big finish or setup. But you have to look at the game as a whole, and he's got to be impressed with his performance so far.
136 he needs, double 8. Great effort. 12 darts to that point, Michael Smith.
Yes, he's had quite a few 13 darters. He's had a 12, 3, maybe 4 13 darters.
And there's another one. Puts him within one of a place in the last 4.
Yes, outstanding performance so far. 105 average, 7 maximums.
47% on his doubles as well, which he'd take that every day of the week.
Well, anywhere near half is a fantastic return, it really is. Especially when you can score like Michael Smith can.
Danny Noppert just about averaging around about the 100 mark. But he's not been able to stay with Smith when Smith moved into overdrive, really lit the blue touch paper and exploded away. Look at the way in which he's improved as the game has gone on, Smith.
Yeah, Danny Noppert wasn't impressed with that last visit, was he? Hence the moved. Oh, how unlucky when things are going against you. Good visit, but could have been more.
Smith would like to finish this match off right here and now.
He would. It would cap off an outstanding match performance. Again, Danny, well, what can you do?
So unlucky.
Well, the last visit, 2 treble 19s and 1 fell out. That visit, 2 treble 20s and 1 fell out.
64. Danny, you require 137.
137. Smith poised on 100.
Yeah, went for the treble 19 2 tops scenario. Treble 20 would leave tops.
Might have another go at 20 tops here, Michael Smith. No, he followed it.
60. Danny, you require 80.
To stay in it.
Double 10. Huge dart for him. And manages to stay in the match.
Yes, very good to keep his head and control the way the match had gone.
99.
Michael Smith only one leg away from winning the match, but certainly how the leg went as well when he had those 2 unfortunate bounce outs.
42.
Smith just needs to hold throw to win the match.
85.
Sounds simple when you say it like that, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
54.
I think Danny Noppert can see what's going to happen.
91.
Michael Smith looking all and sundry to get through to the semis and play Chris Dobie in this leg.
96.
Just trying to tee it up now, Smith. Lovely cover shots, does precisely that. 12 darts to 92, Michael Smith. Might be Noppert's last visit.
Possibly. 12-20. No. Just set it up now. His favourite tops.
So Michael Smith now for the match. Tops needed for 10-5. 1 dart required. He's been solid on his doubles. He's outscored Danny Noppert as well. Blitzed him in that second session. Accelerated away, and there was no way back for the Dutchman. Michael Smith averaging over 103 with 50% on his doubles is through, beating Danny Noppert 10-5.